Hi everyone, so today I'm going to a toy fair in London. So this is the London Toy Fair and also the London Toy Shop. So this place was more of the outskirts of London, but it was so amazing. There were so many people selling, so many collectors as well. It was quite small, but there was a lot of stalls. So here's me just doing a little browse around, filming some stuff that I saw. I don't really collect action figures personally, but if I see any Tomb Raider stuff or Buffy, then I'm definitely interested. My boyfriend loves Matrix, so I was looking for stuff like that. The prices were quite high, so I wasn't in a massive rush to buy loads of things, but it was great seeing stuff. It was such a nostalgic moment seeing all these figures from when I was younger. It was great. So there was a lot of Funko Pops on that store. That was the only store that had Funko Pops. I don't collect those, but it was still interesting to see. And finally, we see some Barbie. I do go into detail more of everything, so you'll see it a bit later. Big, but there wasn't loads and loads of stalls, so I do go back and forth between the stalls. I loved how all the dolls were like packaged as well. So this was all vintage stuff. And Star Wars figures and Barbie magazines, Flintstone figures, Spice Girls, I saw that. I think that was only £15, which I think was a good price, but I don't really collect Spice Girls dolls. This box was so good. Everything was only £2, which was such a bargain. I didn't buy anything today, but I loved seeing everything. It was so much fun just rummaging through the boxes and getting to speak to other collectors as well. I did speak to quite a few different collectors there, so that was really good. This was so interesting. If anyone recognizes that, let me know what it is. I thought it was like Bumblebee Woman or something. It was so interesting. I like the art style of it. And there's some Beetlejuice figures, which was really cool, and Gremlins, and some Wizard of Oz figures, but they're like dolls because they have hair and clothes. And Star Wars figures. I love Amidala figures so much. She's my favorite character, so I used to have a lot of Amidala figures and I loved her so much. So I do want to have a few of those in my collection. I think they're cool, and usually they're so cheap. They're like £6 in the box, which is crazy. Austin Powers, Buffy, more Star Wars, Kick-Ass, which was really cool to see. Mars Attack, I thought that was really cool. And there's a Big Bang Theory doll, which I thought was so random. I've never seen that in my life. It doesn't look like any of the actresses, but yeah, there's a bit more of a close up on like the Charmed figures. This place was so cool. I loved the way everything was so new looking. So here's me just rummaging through. Everything in here was £2. I was so tempted to buy that. So I held onto it for a bit. I didn't end up buying it, but it was really cool to see Tomb Raider stuff. I always see that Barbie Star Trek thing. Like, I see it all the time. I don't know why. Her neck is messed up. Why does she have no neck? So I go back to this Barbie store and I'm just like start talking to the lady working there. She was so nice, and yeah, she was really sweet, and we were talking for quite a while just about collecting, and she was telling me about the dolls that she collects. And yeah, and her store was, everything was packaged so well. It was really nice to see, and her prices were quite decent as well. I didn't end up buying anything because I'm trying to be more careful with the amount of stuff I buy, but I was just trying to look to see if there was anything I liked. But I love seeing all these like mini dolls and stuff like that. It was really cool. There was a lot of vintage Barbie clothes there. I didn't recognise any of it. I usually get my clothes in bundles, but I'm still interested to see. I asked her if she had any Midge dolls, but she didn't. A lot of these were like McDonald's toys, so I didn't buy anything there, but it was interesting rummaging through it all. By the way, I am going to go to another toy fair this month, so I'm going to film that, and the one that I'm going to this month is like 5 times or even 20 times the size of this one, this Laguna. 20 times the size of this one, so make sure you subscribe so you can see that video. So here's me just looking through more of the stores. So I finally went into the actual shops there. So these shops are there all the time. They're the toy shop in Enfield. So yeah, it's a great little place. Definitely a hidden gem. For anyone that collects figures, I would definitely recommend going. My boyfriend loves like Matrix figures and stuff, so I was trying to see if I could find anything for him, but some of the prices were a little bit too high for me. But yeah, it was great seeing everything displayed so nicely. And it was so interesting being around so many other collectors as well and having conversations with them and about they all have like online stores, and yeah, it's great to meet other people in the community. So here's some, oh, I forgot the name of that. Like, I don't really collect these. There's the Matrix figures. These were so cool. I bought my boyfriend one of these recently. But yeah, I love them. They're like dioramas. Really, really cool. These are like all movie scenes and stuff. Catwoman and... oh, I've forgotten all the names. Black Widow, that's it. Star Wars stuff. I literally thought that Freddy Krueger was a person, the one in the corner, and I thought he was like standing watching me, but it was literally just a statue. Oh, the guy took out that Barbie stuff. I told him I collect Barbie, and he took it out for me and was like, here's Cindy. Do you want to have a look through my Cindy stuff? And I was like, yeah, sure. I don't collect Cindy, but it was so nice getting to meet other collectors.
Yeah.
Because my boyfriend's always watching
This is a lovely one, so this is from the Mexico factory. And they were only limited there as well.
So here I'm just going through some more of the stores. This place was so big. It was like Alice in Wonderland's tunnels or something. Like every place you turn there was like a new room to explore, a new shop. It was so amazing. And later on in the video I go to this, it was like a tunnel of vintage toys, and it was so cool. It felt like America. I've been to some vintage stores in America and it felt like I was in like Orlando or something. It was so cool. So yeah, here's me going to some more doll stores. This shop was closed, but it had some interesting stuff in the window. Like it had some strawberry shortcake figures, and it had the next store next to it had these. I don't recognize any of this stuff, but it was really interesting. The characters' faces were so funny. Do you recognize these? Do you recognize these? And Poison Ivy and Batman. I love that set. I used to have that when I was a kid. Here's Mermaid. I had to video the mermaid. And this like spiritual shop that was there. Crystal shop. I loved it. I love going in there. It's like, it's got such a nice energy. So this is the vintage tunnel that I went through. It was so crazy. I loved it. There was a lot of Betty Boop stuff. It was so cool. It was so much vintage stuff. I loved it. It was so much to take in. Some Final Fantasy figures. These were so cool, but their faces kind of creeped me out, but I thought they were very, very cool. This was another shop. There was so many toy shops like just around. It was so amazing. So here I'm just rummaging through the little boxes that they had. I didn't want to miss anything because sometimes you can find dolls and stuff that they don't know what to do with. See, I found some dolls already, like straight away. So we are coming towards the end of the video. Well, there's a few minutes left, but please subscribe. I'm gonna go to more toy events like this and I'm gonna film them. I love going to them. I love meeting other collectors as well. So please subscribe and join my channel and comment what you think about this toy fair that I went to, and if you want to see more videos like this. This was so much fun. It was I had to travel so far to get to it, but I really, really loved going there. It was such a great day. It was really, really fun. Tomb Raider comic. That's always great to see. Like I said, I love Tomb Raider. There were some Disney porcelain statues at the top, which I thought was really nice to see. You really did have to look at every corner. There was just so much stuff. It was so cool. And there's always like boxes of random stuff just hidden around. I was trying to do everything with one hand, so it was quite hard to look through everything. There's some more Barbies and vintage dolls. So here I'm just looking through the last few bundle of dolls. So this was in a local charity shop, but I didn't buy anything. I did see a Made to Move Barbie, but nothing interesting. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you got this far to the end of the video, I appreciate that, and I will be posting again very soon. Okay, bye everyone.